Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final installment of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Titanfall. On the other side, as the Tau Empire, we've got Catgirl. On the other side, as the Space Marines, we've got Demi. Demi will be opening up with triple scouts, a servitor, plasma generator, and a chapel barracks. And Catgirl is going to go for a couple of stealth ship teams, aircraft builder, photon grenade research, Tau barracks, and a plasma generator just to round off her opening. Yeah, this is quite exciting. It's basically episode 2, Electric Boogaloo of Catgirl playing as a Tau against another player in a 1 versus 1 against the Space Marines. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I do believe we did see Catgirl fall to the might that was Tiger Shark playing as the Lamenter-skinned Space Marines. But can Demi continue this Space Marine dominance against the Tau? It's going to be opening up for the attack bike. Now, if you remember from a couple of weeks ago, there was a bunch of Assault Marines and stuff like that going around and slapping Tau in the face. Catgirl instantly going to go for those breaches, just in case the same kind of thing happens over here to blast them backwards. And the scouts are playing a bit of an aggressive game. Now, stealth suits in Ultimate Apocalypse are a little bit weaker than you would consider in not Ultimate Apocalypse. This is the game we're playing. In Vanilla, or in Unification, mainly because all you need to do is get close to them. There we go, look at him. You can see him because he's right next to him. And then just a little bit of distance away, that blooming attack bike just needs to rub his nose on that stealth suit to be able to see him. So yeah, so a little bit weaker, but still going to get quite close to do them in. Breaches are now engaging into close combat, but a bit of a sliding and a shaking from the attack back. I do absolutely love that ability. It's the most jankiest thing I've ever done in scene, but just got to really appreciate the quick spin and all that stuff. Yeah, breaches are ideal for knocking things back, but however, you can't knock back a vehicle. He's going to engage glorious hand-to-hand combat with that chainsaw. He is surrounded. Oh, that was one punch as well. Starting to put the chainsaw away just to really enjoy feeling the blue smurf skin across the ceramite armor of his gauntlets. Tetra Scout Speeder there is going to be basically doing the same kind of thing as the Space Marine attack bike. Not got really any, in fact, got 0 close combat prowess. They're mainly just going around trying to shoot things. I've been punched backwards by that Force Commander. But the Force Commander been going to be polite and just, mind his own business. He's got breaches to take care of. And hopefully prevent Catgirl from capturing this strategic point over on the left-hand side. Got the critical locations being captured by the stealth ship teams. This one on the far right-hand side there has been left to their own devices. Have you got a cool banner, Catgirl? It's a Doge with muscles. Always is a good banner, does our Catgirl. Attack bike now chasing away the Tetra Scout Speeder. And on a map like this, it's going to be a relatively even kind of keel. I don't think the Tau or the Space Marines have necessarily a major advantage either way. Both have got some good access to jumping troops in the early stages of the game. And, choke points, always good for the Tau for defensive reasons, but Space Marines can also bring a fair bit of firepower to the battlefield as well. Also got some strong, resilient infantry that can stay alive, especially if you stick a chaplain and a couple of apothecaries in their ranks as well. But Tetra Scout Speeder going to fly on backwards as the breaches attempt to fend off this Force Commander. He's not taking no for an answer there. Bright Blood, Red. And are you a Blood Angel? No, you are. Yeah, you are a Blood Angel. Okay. Charging on in there. I mean, of course, skin-wise, but, for thematics, baby. They're coming in. They're going to be munching on some Tau flesh, gaining their memories. Saw a photon grenade being thrown in there, but the Force Commander just giving 0 Fs. He's taken down 2, although he is quite low on health now. Being sprinkled by what looks like water guns to me. And here he comes for another pass. Wheeling and dealing, spinning around, lands them on their backside. That ability doesn't necessarily do a lot of damage, but it does certainly do the AoE knockbacks. Now he's going to finish a few models off with his twin-linked bolters on that attack back there. Low health Tetra Scout Speeder there is still knocking around. And in theory, now that he's surrounded, he should be able, if these breaches move a little bit closer, they can join in the firepower and bring him down relatively quickly. So far at the moment, map control is a little bit even, Stevens. Space Marines have captured all their stuff. Tau really just going to finish capturing these bits and build their stuff on there. Current economies, 114.20 compared to 116 and 30. And bearing in mind how stonking these economies are this early in the game. Demi going for his tier 1/2, building up an armory and a plasma generator. Do like the spacing between these generators and the just the generators, really. As I've mentioned a million times before, some people will build all the generators around here, but it does make it very vulnerable to some flying assaults, which the Tau can certainly bring to bear. The stealth suits in tier 1/2 when they get the fusion blasters coming around the backside, blasting these along, and that is basically the Space Marine economy kaput. Also, you've lost this at some point. Well, you're rebuilding it. Maybe that was the first time you built it.
Yes, my lord.
Some scouts over here being pestered and bothered by the stealth suit teams, although doing barely any damage, so they'll be able to take it on. Also charging in close combat. And stealth suits aren't nearly as stealthy as they are in other mods. But I suppose it makes sense, right? You know, if they're a little bit of a distance away, you can't see them because they're stealthed. But if you're so close that you can basically pat them on the backside, well then, you can basically see them more or less. Tau chilling out in the middle, finally seeing the XV-22 commander. And so, yeah, these guys relatively stable frontline troopers. Granted, you don't want them in close combat, but a close firefight is ideal for them. And Tau commander standing on those back lines for the long-range damage. Tetra Scout Speeder has been repaired. Path to Enlightenment tier 1/2 on the way. Also going for a stealth burst cannon enhancement. And the jetpacks. Oh, quite a slur jetpack research, but I suppose that was saved so you could get some extra gubbins on the go in the early games. You don't necessarily need jetpacking around against the Space Marines at this early stage of the game. Machine Cult on the way. And I assume Rhinos to transport people around, but maybe some Landspeeder Tempests wouldn't go amiss neither. After all, Landspeeder Tempest able to get out of range of those breaches quite easily. Scout Speeder harassing the listing post on the, well, I should say, is it the farthest one for him? Yeah, it is the farthest one. I always feel like as if this one's a lot easier to defend, whereas this one just feels like it's always harassed a lot more. I think the northern side of the Titan's Fall way of going about things is a little bit more vulnerable. Yeah, because you've got like basically like an else kind of like quite a close-knit wall around here, whereas this one's a little bit, I don't know, hold on, am I just chatting absolute nonsense? I don't know, is it the same? Is it because maybe this just feels a little bit more open? I don't know. Either way, maybe some of you map creating aficionados in the comments can let me know about your opinions about the map design of this map. The only thing I really like about this map is that you go around like this, and look, he's got little faces here and here. I know I've mentioned that before on the channel, but, you know, it's been a while. And I just like it. I just like how they've got deadpan faces. None of them are smiling. In the grim dance of the far future, no one smiles. Force Commander's got his plasma pistol, but still won't be any match against the Tau Commander. Got some scout snipers, but they've been spotted by the stealth suits using that close, keen sight detection against the Space Marines for a change. We have some sniper rifles. Interesting. I assume you basically just one-shot breachers. I mean, they are heavy infantry, but I imagine it won't take too many shots to take them down. There's that Landspeeder Tempest opening up some cracked missiles. So I assume that you are on the building and vehicle hunt. You have a squad of Pathfinders on the back lines. Some rail rifles.
Position secure.
Spotting the Landspeeder Tempest with their Marker-Light drone thingamadoodad. Is it Marker-Light? Yeah, you are. There we go. I was playing with the, so if for those of you who don't know, I run a Warhammer club in the school that I work at. And today I've been introducing the kids to Kill Team, mainly because when you've only got an hour for a club during a dinner time, then Kill Team's a lot more viable to play with the youth than a full-blown game of Warhammer 40k tabletop. And one youth brought in a Tau Kill Team. And my goodness, like in a Space Marine Kill Team, it's like, right, you get your Sergeant, and you get your Tacticals, and that's about it. Whereas in a Tau Kill Team, my goodness, they've got like 1 million units. And he was like, oh, sir, what does this unit do? And I'm like, I have no idea. Tau Weebness, not in my classroom, young man. And I kicked him out, and he never returned ever again. Or did that happen? Who knows? Let your headcanon be your own headcanon. Either way, no Taus in my classroom. Thank you very much, young man and or woman. Landspeeder Tempest doing a really good job keeping these guys at bay. Breachers really feeling the thunder from those cracked missiles. Now got a broadside battlesuit, which should be able to quite handily take care of that Landspeeder Tempest. Problem with him, he's very slow. Likes to stand still as well when he's firing. So maybe that Landspeeder Tempest can avoid it if the micro is all there. We have a little bit of engagement going on here. Stealth suits being watched by the Servitors. Servitors are unsure. It's not part of their programming what to do in this situation. But they have built a thermal plasma generator, so that is something for them. Double Landspeeder Tempest going around the sides, but they have been spotted by the broadside battlesuit. And only a couple of shots from his double super guns is all they need. And Demi probably not really focusing on that. He's probably concentrating on something else. Building things and whatnot. He's also upgrading all his listening posts as well to the tier 3 stuff. Boss Commander and the Devastator. Also got the scouts sniping around. Stealth suits now armed with a shield drone to reduce their incoming damage. Pathfinders have lost their marker drone. Going to go for a second squad of Pathfinders. Can't underestimate those rail rifles. But don't get me wrong, like the Tau firepower of the Pathfinders is next to not really all that impressive without those rail rifles, but get enough of them on the go, that will devastate even the heaviest of infantry. Boss Commander goes down. Not sure what Demi's planning here. What objective are you fighting over? You've got the high ground. And, well, I suppose, you know, we've mentioned, we've had a little bit of a Star Wars reference on it. It's episode 2. Or was it episode... It was definitely episode 3, wasn't it? Where Anakin got his legs chopped off having the low ground or something. Spoilers, by the by, in case you've not seen Star Wars.
Scouts ready.
But personally, controversial opinion, I don't rate it. Not my favourite. Not a fan. Even the old ones and then the prequels, not a fan at all. Just a poor man's Warhammer, really, isn't it? Oh, that's going to get some hate in the comments. There we go, snipers. Just, oh goodness, it's like a, I mean, what should we call it? Oh, well, you kill people for breaking the law. A firing squad, that's what it is. Taking care of these stealth suits willy-nilly. But not often that you see snipers being used against the Tau. Especially when you've got Pathfinders on the go, because they could just spot them from a mile off. So I wonder if you're just saving up money to buy bigger and badder things. More Land Speeder Tempests, second stronghold. Current economy is 197 and 109. Compared to 271. So Demi definitely got the stronger economy going on at the moment. And will soon get even stronger when that second stronghold pops. And he gets the chance to build up more plasma generators. Thermal plasma generator. Oh, I see what you were doing. You were denying this thermal plasma generator from the Tau. Okay, fair enough. And doing with remarkably few units as well. Very impressive. Got the Barracuda, which is basically the king of the skies in this matchup. Land Speeder Tempest kind of janking around a bit. Not too sure. Maybe someone's not cleaned the engines today. There we go. He gets back home. Still... Ah, there we go. Just get home. Get home safe. That Barracuda just like a hot knife through butter, floating through the air. At the moment, Space Marines don't really have much in the way to deal with that. Unless they just go for more Land Speeder Tempest, which is exactly what Demi is going to do. Now going for some Tactical Marines. They have got some of their health upgrades. Missile launchers instantly been popped on top of them. Another Devastator Marine squad. And slow but surely going to lose his thermal plasma generator. Barracudas, I assume. Yeah, your mainstay of damage is these little blast streams with the occasional rocket coming out. Doesn't seem to be all that accurate neither. It's a problem. Stealths have got those fusion blasters. That should be done relatively well for them. Land Speeders now coming over onto the tower side of things. Gonna break down these sentry turrets. Well, they're not going down as quickly as I thought they would. Pathfinder's been scared away by these triple Land Speeder Tempests. We've got plenty of town nonsense on the right-hand side here. Broadside battle. All he needs to do... I mean, surprised that actually, if you're going to build up turrets, why not bring him over for a super-duper turret for defensive reasons? Pathfinder's going to be quickly blown up to smithereens. Tower Commander, you have got... Have you got your missiles? Not at the moment, but you've got a big, flashy gun. It's never a bad shout. Barracuda comes on over. And the Barracuda should, with this Pathfinder support, take him on. But we do also have some las cannon fire from the Devastators down below, so that's probably not an ideal situation for him. Fire Warriors attempting to use the vision of the thermal plasma generator and their impressive range to take these Devastators down while they've been snare trapped. Second Cadre headquarters for Catgirl, as she is... Oh, you're just building more FCAS builders. Never mind me then. For a second I thought he was going for some sort of flashy Vespid Stingwing operation. But probably not at this stage now. Don't really have much scaling into the late game for what they bring to the table. Devastator Marines there. I mean, they've taken down the broadside battlesuit, but there's plenty more firepower to take them down. Space Marine's been slowed down by all this firepower, but they do manage to get out there in a nick of time. Thermal plasma generator being repaired, as the stealth suit's just constantly down here. Trying to keep a hold of this critical location. Currently no location countdown victories are on the go, so no one's going to be bamboozled by surprise. Oh, you've gone for 2 extra cadre headquarters. Fair enough, Catgirl, fair enough. Whereas Demi's only gone for that 1 extra. So maybe attempting to leapfrog over the Space Marines in power capacity. Stealth suits. Oh, it's good. It's just a constant back and forth between these stealthy boys. Neither can kill the other. Well, I suppose the scouts are much more adept at killing the stealth suits. Pathfinders taking care of the servitors. Bless their mortal souls. But now given the sweet release of death. As the scouts have no real option here. If they stick around, stealth suits can discover them. I suppose the Pathfinders can just spot them anyway because they are detector units. So, mooching out there. No one wanting to get out into a full-blown engagement at the moment. Tau just chilling out in the middle. They're quite happy, sitting back, building up their economy, and taking up, going for tier 2/3 now. Whereas the Spesh Marines, you are, I assume you're in tier 2/3. That would make sense. Stun grenades, smoke grenades, and battle armor level 2. So I assume that Demi's plan is just to move tactical marines within throwing distance and just basically it's the 40k equivalent of pocket sand, you know. Get close enough and just throw things and hope that, and you know, just what am I trying to say here? Just hope for the best, really. That's the aim and game. Damocles comes out, able to spot things. Though still being stunned is that Stalker AA. But only for a brief moment. Tactical Marines with no missile launchers, but that's okay. Good amount of damage will gradually take it down, and the Tau now have an option to either go towards Space Marine base or play a bit more defensively. They place plenty of snare traps around just in case any assault marines come on over, but I suppose Demi's thought, right, okay, well, if you're in the centre forming a firing line, I'll just ignore your firing line and go somewhere else. Rather than reacting, he is making his own plays here. Listing post tier 3 has gone down. Now it's got a chaplain to keep the men at full health. Although broadside battlesuit is not what the doctor ordered, and so the Stalker and the Damocles will fall back just a smidgen. Also been sniped out by these Pathfinders. I mean, look at that, the chaplain. Not even been shot too many times and already been brought down to very low health. Unless you were doing anything else somewhere else, which I can't imagine, to be honest. And those railguns slow people down as well. So if anyone's trying to charge into range for them, there we go, a grenade. Stun grenade as well. Fire and blindness. Broadside Stratosphere Elites. A little bit more mobile than the battlesuits. Look at the incredible range on these boys. And I'm surprised that Demi's gone for majority Staying Guard veterans. Well, are they Staying Guard? Yeah, they are. Staying Guard veterans and tactical marines. You've got nothing to jump on top of these guys to tie them up. Or maybe he's just relying on the durability of the regular Space Marines to get them close enough to do the damage that they need. And you've also... Oh, you've got a Whirlwind missile. Yeah, nice. Whirlwind Mark 1. Never say no to artillery. Always a good option. The Space Marines come on over here, and the main problem here as well is that if they push in, and they're not going to go in for a killer blow, then they've got to retreat at some point. And the Tau don't mind firing at a moving target, especially when it's moving away from them. It's got an arc defense to it, so Catgirl playing very defensively here. She's not moving at all until she does. Devastators, and what are you? You are veteran, Vanguard veterans. Close combat orientated of those dudes. Involved, one punch from that power claw there. They've got a couple of storm shields, a couple of lightning claws. And not a bad move into melee speed, really. Trying to shake the Tau off the central points here, but plenty of snare traps to keep them all tidy. Got the Christ battlesuits engaging in the centre. But for none of the upgrades at the moment, don't think they don't really need any until they see the absolute need to. To be fair, their regular cannons and weaponry is just enough Gonna take things on. Chaplain regenerating to decent health, but you know, is a single target. Very easy for the Tau to focus fire down. And the battlesuit's not taking no for an answer. Not until these guys leave. You have Tau now pushing on the right hand side and down the centre as well. Also some leftward shenanigans, although these just Vanguard veterans trying to take out the thermal plasma generator. A power weapon should do a great deal amount of damage against that building. And we're going to see some more Whirlwinds, another Damocles. But not much else. Current economy is 286 and 289. Compared to 236 and 159, so... Tau, yep, they've really made it work by just chilling on the back lines. Yeah, Space Marines, you can come at us, but we'll just shoot you down. And now they've got quite a severe economic advantage. Another Whirlwind has been done in. Has the other Whirlwind survived? Does not look like it to me. Tactical Marines pushing the way forward. Big Blue for coming in from something. Oh, that was the Tau Commander. That's I think, right, well, you've got a lot of Space Marines there. Where, much like how you ignored us earlier on, we're going to ignore you now. So let's see if we can take out a few listing posts here and there. This one's gone down. A Whirlwind bringing in the Thunder. Bringing a Whirlwind, should we say. Tau Commander also on his own. People just turn around and sort him out. That might be the way. Good lord, these broadside Shasfia elites. A real nuisance. Space Marines are doing a relatively good job moving forward. Once again, in grenade range, throwing a stun. Reducing the amount of incoming range damage. Managing to regain the morale with the help of the Sergeant, I imagine. Damocles is dead, but the Whirlwind's still firing away. And these Christ battlesuits, elite heavy infantry, powerful armour, high health as well. Do now have these guys jumping in range of the listing post. Might not do them any favours. Smoke grenade in front in the centre of the Space Marines to reduce the incoming range damage. And the idea of these Christ battlesuits is that the closer they get to you with the flamers, the more damage that they do. But one squad goes down. The indomitable will of the Space Marines. Once again to that late game, or start approaching that late game, you can't really ignore just how absolutely tenacious a squad of Space Marines can be. Their health pool is phenomenal. Their armour just stacks and stacks. And I've said a million times before at this point, it's my absolute favourite thing about the current edition of Ultimate Apocalypse. Just that the infantry aren't made of paper anymore. Absolutely love it. Please never change it. Make it so number 1 and number 2. There we go. Star Trek reference. Oh my god, we're getting Star Wars, Warhammer, Star Trek references. All we need is a Red Dwarf reference, which is the true sci-fi universe we all really want to live in. One man's journey to find a Vindaloo. An emotional journey indeed. This Spaceman's just not backing down. They're keeping it on going. The Chaplain joining them to keep them in good. So we've also got some argy-bargy going on down here. But the veteran Vanguards probably won't survive this double Devilfish troop carriers to sort these guys out. We've got a fully fledged squad of Fire Warriors. Space Marines push on forward. That is just too many Christ battlesuits, even for the Space Marines. The Apothecary inside the Stern Guard veterans. Well, not inside them, but he's you know, attached to their squad. Probably heretical when you think about it. That's not... no, brother, that is not how you extract the gene seed. Be gone. Oh, Chaplin's dead. This is a bit of a fur charge here. Probably a bit of a misclick. I imagine Demi was also focusing on the engagements down on this side as well. Let's go. Oh, you... Hold on. Wait a minute. Are you a real Macro Titan? You are not. You're fake. You're always fake. And a Great Ethereal brings on a big blue flip right in the middle. Will that kill plasma generators? I don't think it will, actually. I think it'll be alright. Although, mind you still don't want big blue flip inside your base. That does a significant amount of damage to all your buildings there. Just need to send in a Tower Strike Force. That'll be done. Now the Tower currently pushing in on all sides. They've thrown away their chaff infantry for the mighty Crisis battlesuits. Wombo combo of flamers and Gatling guns. Just ruining everyone's day here. Listing post of Demi on the left-hand side goes down, and on the right-hand side, no doubt. Space Marines have got a limited amount of time, a limited window to be able to pull this back. Going to go for a sizable amount of Devastators. Again, I mean, I suppose, well, since these guys have got no close combat value, you can't really tie them up in close combat, can you? We'll just sit there and fire some more. So the building's under threat, as from all three lanes here. Can't really use a choke point if your opponent uses all of them at the same time in three different angles. Although, now that the Space Marines are able to focus fire on one squad at a time, down on this side, managing to take out one squad. Just need to focus one at a time. Elfish troop carriers jumping on in, adding to the level of firepower. But plenty of Devastators on the battlefield. Can they manage to hold these guys off? West Bastards, they are big, but they're not nearly as tanky as you'd expect them to be on paper. More Vanguard veterans coming out. The sheer amount of flamers. Corridor of fire. Also breaking morale, so they're not doing as much damage as they would like to do. Down over on the right hand side, the Shastvir Elites. Safe in their range. Also got the sniper drones as well. Sheffield coming on over for a secondary blue fet. Will that be enough to take on those plasma generators? Does manage to get them. What a pain in the backside. Also that sacred artifact. Big sad pandas indeed. And the Space Marine base just whittles away as Catgirl manages to reclaim her glory from the last match. Being able to beat the Space Marines in a most satisfying of manner. But yeah, I quite like it. Hold back, hold the line, build your economy, come out and smash things. That makes sense. That is a sensible, normal strategy as old as time. I think Demi, he had the right idea of, you know, souping up his Space Marines as the way forward. Also building up these Munitorum depots just to increase his own economy as well. The Landspeeder Tempests going on the flanks to do some harassing campaigns. But, you know, we saw him maybe throw a few too many units away just across the battlefield towards the later stage of the game there. Which probably didn't do him all that well. Not especially when the Tau Empire managed to get that critical mass of Crisis Battlesuits. There we go. So thank you so much, Catgirl, for sending that game in. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As for Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.